Alright, and we are back. Avry Sports Show, the webcast, livestream.com/Avry Sports. Want to call into the program? Number to call 780-628-1771, extension code 260. Episode number 203. That is still a shocking number to me. Episode number 203. Went back to the basement and cell phone days. Anyway, folks, like I say, plenty of Olympic talk about. And one thing I got to talk about for the Olympics is the USA men's basketball team. Of course, they beat France, not shockingly 98-71. What surprised me though was the fact that Tony Parker's playing. I did not think he would play. I saw he was wearing those huge goggles to protect his eyes after the bar incident with Drake and Chris Brown. I'll give him credit though, after saying, my eyes are hurt. The fact that he's toughing it out and he came to London to captain France, that's props to Tony Parker, because at his age, a guy like him, you never know when you're going to play in the Olympics again. You don't know. So Tony Parker figured, you know what? I may never play in the Olympics again, so why not? Why not represent your country? Of course, the USA won 98-71 in a romp, and they're playing Tunisia right now. And Tunisia, they gave them a bit of a fight from what I saw. They're giving them a fight, but right now, I do think it'll be up to a Russia, Lithuania, someone to really give the US a fight. Because let's be honest now. For how many years, the US basketball team, they haven't really been a true unit. Yes, they win, but anybody in this tournament, in a sense, any American team can just go out there and win. Are they really a team in that sense? Are they really a team? Is LeBron and Kobe and these guys, do they really play the unit? When was the last time you really saw a US national team truly play as one? I want to say it was 2000, when there's Vince Carter dunking over guys who are 7 feet tall and making them feel shame all night long. That's the last time you saw a US team truly play as a full unit. Think about it. Let's be honest, it's the Kobe show, it's the LeBron show, it's Kevin Durant show, and when they feel like it, they're gonna turn it into the Kevin Love show when they're tired. End of the day, let's be honest with that. Well, I do think it'll be up to an Argentina or Spain. Of course, Spain, they got Pau Gasol, but it would be better if they had Ricky Rubio. But of course, remember, he's out due to the ACL injury, which is very unfortunate, because Ricky Rubio on Spain makes them a heck of a lot more, makes them 50 times more dangerous. Look at Rubio, look how he ball handles, look at how he had people thinking he had Minnesota as a playoff contender. It's been a while since the Timberwolves were a playoff contender. And of course, the ACL went out and Kevin Love couldn't pull down 30 boards and score 30 points every game. Although he dang well almost did, he came close, but eventually he couldn't do anymore as Minnesota faltered and missed the postseason again. But still, that one guy, Ricky Rubio, he is that good. He is that talented. I mean, it's interesting to see how one guy in that sense was able to bring pride back to the Timberwolves. And it would be interesting to see how he would have played for Spain this year in London. Would have been really interesting. Would have loved to see that. But unfortunately, not going to happen now. Of course, the still Brazil, you got Thiago Splitter on Brazil, Anderson Varejao on Brazil. They're a team that, you know what, it's going to be incredibly interesting there. And right now, though, and I say though too much. That's one thing that's stop on Avry Sports Show. Saying though, and folks, a heck of a lot. If I say it again, call in and say, Avry, cut that noise out. I'm serious. You think I'm joking, people? Not at all. Not at all. But I was mentioning Brazil, and you got Anderson Varejao, still a heck of a player. You got Thiago Splitter. Do not count Brazilians either. They're playing Great Britain. Yeah, it was a heck of a low-scoring game. But hey, as long as you have more points in the team, I don't care if you're winning 85, 84, or 31-30. End of the day in this tournament, you need W's no matter how it comes. It's too short to be worrying about the score in the Olympics. The Olympic basketball tournament is way too short to worry about how many points you're putting on the board. You get the W, you move on out of the group stages, good enough. That is good enough. That means you're one step closer to being on the podium at the end of the day. That's what it means. That truly is what it means. Let's have a look and see if Mr. Slater is ready. Let's have a look and see at that. Like I said, I know Brad, he's been watching the Olympics more. Well, he kind of has to since he works for a part of the Olympic Broadcast Consortium, since Fan 960 is now Sportsnet and Bell owned. Too much to talk about Brad. I know last week Brad wanted to come on, talk about the St. Peters. We'll talk a little Rick Nash. We want to talk about the NBA and, of course, the Dwight Howard saga. He really hopes that Dwight Howard will end up with the LA Lakers. I think Brooklyn, we can debate him on that because that'll be really interesting to see how things shake up. It's going to be so interesting now in the NBA this year. Steve Nash in LA. If Howard goes to LA too, of course, still have Miami. Ray Allen in Miami now too. Boston losing member of the Big Three. It's going to be very interesting now to see how things shake up in the National Basketball Association. It's going to be incredibly interesting to see what goes on there. Of course, hey, no more lockout basketball. Yay, we'll have a full 82-game season again. Fantastic stuff. Great stuff. Because you know what, hey, of course, Jeremy Lin back in Houston. He's going to now be the face of the Rockets. You know that's going to happen. You most definitely know that's going to happen for those Houston Rockets. It's going to be incredibly interesting come the fall. Of course, with the Olympics now. I was going to say, of course, next week, everybody next week is dying to see. We all want to know. We all want to see 100 meters. I want to see what's going to happen with Usain. And of course, Usain, he had his injuries. He was injured earlier this year. He was beaten for the first time in a few years. And now, I don't know what's going to happen right now. You got a sophomore, you got Johan Blake. If Usain loses the final, of course, if he doesn't even make it to the final, that will be the shocker of the Olympics for the past 20-25 years. If he doesn't make it. Think about that right now. Everybody's wondering. We're all curious to see how much farther Usain can bring 100-meter mark down. Can he go to 9:30, 9:20, 9:10? Can he break? Scientists in Germany, they researched that if Usain went full out, because many of us still believe, we don't know if it's true, many of us still believe that Usain only gives about 90%, maybe even less than that, and he's still able to get into 9.6s, 9.5s. Scientists said that if he were to go 100%, he could, on a good day, reach 8.26 seconds. I don't know about that. I think 8.26 is nuts, but you never know. You never know until we're going to see it next week. Could it happen? Possibly. I say, if he makes it to the final, I say we see another sub 9.6 time. I say we see not a world record again, not a world record. Maybe a 9. I'm gonna say 9.60. 9.60. We'll see if he makes it to the final, which will win in my mind. Of course, let's look kind of a guy like Tyson Gay, because remember, Tyson Gay has the second fastest time of all time. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens there. Will I be watching? Of course. Will everybody else in the free world? Naturally. That's what everybody's going to be keeping their eyes glued to. It's what people come to see. And the tickets! Oh my gosh! You see the prices. £2,000 to go see the final. Go see anything track and field related. Just nuts. If you want a seat? You're going to be above the nosebleeds. You're going to be hanging. You are going to be hanging from a cloud if you want to see anything close to Olympic Stadium. So you're going to have to do, although you're going to fall to your doom in about 3 seconds. Well, hey, you'll get 3 seconds of track events before you fall to the stadium floor. I mean, just nuts. I wish I could go, but of course, that was near impossible. Still, I have some friends who are down there right now in London. They're lucky as all heck. They are lucky. But still, TV will be glued. Either TSN, Sportsnet, CBC. Whoops. TSN, Sportsnet, or CTV. As always, fantastic stuff watching these Olympic Games. And next week, I want to be here next week and saying I saw some more history happen. But of course, after the break, we'll talk. Speaking of history, after the break, we'll talk some Ryan Lochte, Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps is now the most decorated athlete of all time. 19 medals. Think about that. 19 Olympic medals in gold, silver, and bronze. Just mind-boggling. Avery Sports Show, livestream.com/Avery Sports. Want to call into the show? Number to call 780-628-1771, extension code 260. Keep it locked, keep it popped, keep it fresh.